with Rutger McGroarty. And the first thing, Rutger, have you ever been involved with a teddy bear toss game?
Me personally, I have not, but I went to a few of my dad's Lincoln Stars
There
games,
you go.
and I got to throw a few teddy bears on the ice, so it's
And
always a fun time.
I throw them from up top,
Oh,
and I
really?
got to go sidearm
Oh,
because of
yeah,
the duck work and all
yeah.
that. So some years I make it on the ice, and then sometimes it hits somebody in the front
Oh,
row.
yeah.
So that's the way it goes. But all my teddy bears, I name them. I've had like Matt Stafford
Oh,
because he when
he's
he's
got
a
a good arm.
quarterback, he goes sidearm.
Yeah,
Max, as in Max Scherzer,
yeah.
because he definitely goes sidearm.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have a little fun with that. But we'll get to that in a week's time or so. Right now, your team's on a major roll, 18-4-1, an 11-game winning streak. What's going right for your team right now?
Honestly, we're just kind of sticking to our system, sticking to our way, just playing our way. We're on a bit of a heat streak right now, and we're just trying to stick to our game and not do anything too crazy, and hopefully we stay on this roll.
If somebody has never seen you and your team play, how would you describe your team style?
Our team style is very fast. We like to transition the puck very quick. Our back track is it's very good, and then we like to hunt pucks as well. We get in on the forecheck, and I feel like we got a lot of guys on our team that can put the puck in the back of the net.
So none of that old school clutch and grab stuff. Right? I mean, you go at it pretty well.
Yeah,
F1 forecheck, as you say, hunt pucks down.
yeah,
Um, and so that's a great thing. You've got great depth on your team, something like 6 or 7 guys in double figures in goals, 6 or 7 guys with at least 20 points. So it's not just Rutger McGroarty all the time, but it could be. But it's other guys like Logan Cooley and on and on and on. That's got to be fun.
yeah. It's a blast coming to the rink every single day. Just the team that we have on the ice. Everybody sees us on the ice, but just like the great group of guys we have off the ice as well. I truly enjoy coming to the rink every single day and just hanging out with the guys.
You've worked with your coaching staff now for 2 years. Of course, Adam Nightingale, Nick Four, and Jim Mullen. What do they bring to the success of your team? Because I think it's a
Yeah,
collective. It's a collective thing.
yeah, totally. They honestly are unbelievable. Everything they do for us, I feel like they would truly, I can say 100% that they would do anything for us. And the late hours that they put in, watching video, preparing for the games, there's nothing like it, honestly.
So when we look at Rutger McGroarty, a typical day, how much of it is on ice? How much is it off ice? Can you describe that
Um,
quickly?
well, we start school at 8 a.m. Finish around 9:30. Then we go. We have a meeting, warm up, and then we usually have a 2-hour practice. And then we have a workout that could vary from 30 minutes to 2 hours.
So it's much more than being on the ice and then going home and playing video games.
Yeah,
That's the point I'm trying to make.
yeah,
You guys
totally.
put in a full day every day and pretty much 6 and 7 days a week, right?
Yeah, yeah, yep, totally. We love the game and we love
Yeah.
getting better.
Well, we all love the game.
Yeah.
And that's great. One thing I love about you, I saw you in the summertime working with your skating instructor, and a lot of the bloggers and evaluators and all that say Rutger McGroarty his skating is substandard. I don't know that I agree with that. I saw you score a
Thank you.
breakaway against Chicago a couple weeks ago. You weren't so substandard there in skating then.
Thank
But
you.
the bottom line is you've worked really hard at it, haven't you?
Yeah, totally. Even off the ice, like with our trainers, Will Morlock, Brian Galvin, they've truly done a lot for me. Just working on the bunch of movements. Just I feel so much more comfortable with my skating. And then this summer with Barb Underhill, there's nothing like her. She's unbelievable.
If you could pick one thing that she's helped you with, whether it's mentally or physically on the ice, what would it be?
Just stay loose when you're out there. Just have fun. Have a smile on your face. Because once you're super tight, like you don't move as well. You're not as agile. But if you're smiling, it's impossible not to be loose, relaxed out there.
Well, I see you most every day, and most of the time you do have a smile on your face.
Thank you.
That's a great attitude to have. Now, speaking of great attitudes, whenever Muskegon and the NTDP get together, your mom has told me there's quite a bit of chirping going on between yourself and your dad, Jimmy McGroarty, who's the general manager of the Muskegon Lumberjacks. What's that dynamic like? What's that dynamic like I know your stats, and I'm not going to mention them here. If you score on Wednesday, I might mention it. But, the chirping goes back and forth, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely it's pretty funny in the house just going like usually like he kind of talks to me before the game like hey like you did this well, you did that well, like maybe try this. Before the game it's a little it's just a different vibe if you kind of understand. It's just not as friendly, I guess you could say.
Well, let me ask you this. Your mother's in the middle of all this.
Yeah.
How does she feel about this? Because, I mean, your teammate Lane Hudson goes up against his brother Quinn when Muskegon plays the U18s, and Julie, the mother, is always really nervous when they play together. How's your mom deal with that?
I hate to say this, but my mom is 100% on my side. I'm a mama's boy, and I love her, and she loves me, and she's always rooting for me.
Well, there you go. You're under scrutiny now for the NHL draft. How are you dealing with that? Because, the scouts are asking me, how's this guy, how's that guy, and I try to stay out of it. But what's the experience been like for you? And it's going to intensify as the season goes on.
Honestly, for me, I try and not think about it too much. It's we always know there's going to be scouts in the stands every game. When we play for the U18 NTDP team, like there's going to be scouts in the stands at every game. But I just try and stick to my game. I don't really try and think about anything. I don't really look at the rankings, like all this stuff. Like you just gotta stick to your game, and it just takes one person to have faith in you and trust you. That's all it takes.
When I sit in on some of the meetings, I really get the feeling that your coaching staff has your team focused in on whatever's going on that day. If it's practice, if it's something off ice, if it's playing against the Chicago Steel or international competition. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, 100%. We're a very day-to-day team. We like to come to the rink, know we're going to get 1% better that day, and just improve every time we come to the rink, not worry about what's ahead of us.
I love to watch the close ice games, where it's 3-on-3 and they cut the ice surface down. If you were to pick two other guys to play with on a 3-on-3 competition, who would they be?
On my team?
Yeah, on your team.
Lane Hudson and Logan Cooley.
Why?
Just two ridiculous hockey players. We got a bunch of good hockey players on our team, but those guys, once you get them in the small area, their hands, their goal-scoring ability, their playmaking, they're unbelievable.
I agree with you. Now, at the time we're recording this, last night, Trevor Zegras, an unbelievable assist on a goal. Have you ever tried the lacrosse move?
I did twice actually. Once last year in Green Bay. Completely nothing came out of it at all. And then this year, I think it was for Buffalo State maybe, and I actually had the puck up on my stick, but then I saw a guy he was right in front of me, and I wasn't going to get it, so I kind of just tried to throw it in front of the net.
So that's kind of a timing play, isn't it? And it's probably something you practice with, mess around with in practice, but when you're out there in a real game, is it more of a timing thing?
Yeah, it's definitely a timing thing. And it's honestly, like, we got so many skilled hockey players on our team. Like, if you see someone trying in a game, like, it's just they're just trying to score. Like, it's just another way to score. Like, they're not trying to do some flash. Like, obviously it's pretty flashy, but they're not trying to do some like flashy like for the attention. Like, they're just doing it because they want to score and they have the skill to do it.
I'm not a big fan of comparables, but if you were to compare yourself to somebody that the fans would know about, or maybe somebody in the National Hockey League, who would that be?
There's a few players. I would say Mikko Rantanen, just him being a skilled power forward that plays a 200-foot game. And then the Tkachuk brothers, just the competitiveness, the energy that they bring every day. I want to be like that.
Well, I can see a little bit of them in you and vice versa.
Thank you.
I read a great article about you in The Athletic. Scott Wheeler wrote it, and you talk about Lincoln, Nebraska being your true home.
Yeah.
Just talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, Lincoln, Nebraska is home for me. Like, it'll always be home. I'll always say that Lincoln, Nebraska is my hometown on the sheet, but I'll never forget about Lincoln. Just my dad had the key to the rink, so I honestly got more ice time than a lot of these guys here. But it's unbelievable. It's a great little town.
Speaking of home, and this is the last question, what's it like putting on that USA jersey? And whether it's international competition, playing in the Teddy Bear Toss game that's coming up, or really anywhere?
Yeah, honestly, every time you put that USA jersey on, you can't take it for granted because you're wearing your country's colors. Like, just all the people that have fought for us to be here today. Like, you can't take that for granted. It's unbelievable putting the jersey on every single day.
Well, my guest has been Rutger McGroarty. Rutger, thanks for this, and we'll definitely talk again.
Sounds
Always
good.
a pleasure.
Thanks for having me, Crop.
Rutger McGroarty.